change. I close my eyes, begin to pray, then tears of joy.
Hey everybody, Fubar Protocol. Today's video is a little rant I've got. I was cruising through YouTube and was watching some videos on people to say stop paying your mortgage. And this is my little old house. I bought it about 14 years ago, and it was pretty much a dump when I bought it. And I've done a lot of work myself and fixed it all up and got it all fixed up like I wanted, and saved my money and finally paid it off. And I just want to show you a video of this guy on the internet. It really kind of got my goat, and I think there's a lot of people out there that think this is the right thing to do by not paying your mortgage and let the banks just eat it, even though they gave their word basically on if the bank gave them the money for this house, they would pay it off. But a lot of people don't think that way. This guy I'm going to show you, he thinks because the market's down on his house and it's not worth it anymore, he's not going to pay on it. So, you know, what does that have to do? Because what does that have to do with what you borrowed and you promised you'd pay back? If the market's down, the market's down. You still make your notes and you pay for your house. You were making the notes when the market was up, so you make the notes when it's down. And you hold on to it till the market comes back up. You just don't walk away from it. And you don't do things like this guy's doing. So let me show you what he's got to say about it.
Okay, so what happens? What happens when you don't pay your mortgage for 5 months? I'm still in my house, haven't paid my mortgage for 5 months. I didn't pay my property tax. I'm still here. So, what are you waiting for? Stop paying that mortgage. Now, there is some moral dilemma because, look, your neighbors are paying it, but I mean, your house is so, I mean, if you're like me in Southern California, your house is like underwater, okay? Even if you could pay it, you know, you're still losing money because your house is worth less. Not only that, I mean, this is a well, at one time it was $700,000 house. I bought it for $625 or $650. Do yourself a favor. Don't get more credit cards to pay for this mortgage. Just don't pay it, and then you call your realtor, do a short sale. And you might have I just now started showing the house. 5th month I started showing the house. I've been living here, I haven't paid anything. And so people will come by, they'll look at it, and they'll leave. And I haven't even cleaned it up. So I don't even want them to buy it, because then I can stay here longer. So, and we're asking a ridiculous price anyways. So it's just, yeah, they can, you know, it looks like we're trying to sell it. And Chase will be, ooh, they're trying to sell it, I'm going to get my money back. But no, it's going to be quite a while. And then also, been checking on YouTube, other people are like, hey, pay your mortgage when they're like really tightening the screws. Pay your mortgage once, and then don't for like 3 months. I mean, so it's like highway robbery, and you're getting back at the bank. And in my case, they screwed me, so I have no problem with it. But even if they didn't, the best thing we could have done is never bail out the banks in the first place and let them go under. So I think this is great, and I think everyone, you guys should do it. And there's a lot of other underlying reasons why I think it's great if everything goes to crap, just with the stuff that's going on in the government. So, I don't know, save some money and buy some guns and ammo, and let me hear your stories about not paying your mortgage.
Now, this guy is a real moron. Now, I don't know what you think about not paying your mortgage or taking the responsibility to pay your bills, but this guy hasn't a clue. Number one, I don't understand how he could buy a $625,000 house. And why didn't he do a little math before he bought the house if he couldn't afford it? So it's all about, let's screw the banks. Well, morally, he signed a document which said that he was going to pay for that house. No one twisted his arm. No, he just did it on his own. He should have sat down with a pencil and a piece of paper to see if he could afford it. What he said on this video, what he paid for the house, he paid $625,000 for the house, and his house note's $4,000 a month, and his property tax is $8,000 a year. So if your property tax is $8,000 a year, that's $667 a month in property tax, tacked onto the $4,000. So that's $4,667 a month this guy's got to come up with. So I did a little math for this guy because he obviously didn't do it before he bought the house. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say he makes $100,000 a year. And let's see, federal withholdings on that is going to be about $22,000. And he lives in a state where there's state income tax, so that's another $587. So his bring home off his $100,000 is $73,104 a year. Okay, that's $73,104 a year he makes. Now his house note and his property tax are $56,180 a year. So you subtract that from his bring home, and he ends up, after his house note and his taxes, and I did put some insurance in there too, he ends up with $16,924, which is $1,410 a month, which is $352 a week he's got to live on. Now, this knucklehead didn't do the math, so let's say he's got a car, he's got a $400 a month car note, and he's got $150 for insurance for it. His light bill is $200 a month. His water and garbage pickup is $60 a month. I'm sure he's got a cell phone, he's got internet connection because he's got YouTube, so that run him about $100 a month. I'm sure the guy's got cable TV too, so that's another $100 a month. So all of his bills put together monthly, beside his house note, is $1,290 a month. So now he's not. We haven't even put groceries or gasoline for his car, or toothpaste or shampoo or anything like that. So I don't know how he's going to do it. So he's got, just with all the others, not counting the house insurance, he's got $1,290 a month in bills to run the house and his car. Okay, let's take that from what he's going to bring home after his house note, which is $1,410. You subtract the $1,290 for the bills. That leaves him $120 a month for groceries, which is $30 a week for everything else. Gasoline, groceries. I mean, who lends this guy this kind of money? I don't understand. And everybody wants to know what's the reason why the housing market is in such bad shape. It's because of people like this. This is the kind of guy that would borrow money from his friends or his mom and dad and not pay it back and not feel like he's obligated to it. I mean, there's hundreds of videos on this Stop Paying Your Mortgage, and I don't get it. I bought my house. I paid for it through notes. Then I went in and saved more money and paid it off. I fixed it up with my own money, not with credit cards, just a little bit at a time. It's not all at one time like this yahoo thinks. So, anyhow, I just wanted to do a little rant on this and leave some comments and see what you think about it. Do you think this is right, what this guy's doing? Or have you worked hard for everything you've got and you pay your bills and you man up and you do the things that are right? All right, see y'all later.